But I live in the world of reality. And the reality is that there is organized criminal violence that is at a level that threatens the state. It threatens the security and safety of every Jamaican. You just need to ask the people in the communities that face it daily. In the communities where they have to hide under their beds, hide their daughters, can't go to church, and they see their sons and their boyfriends and husbands killed. That's a reality. Our Constitution needs to be upgraded so that those powers can be easily and effectively used when the circumstances require them. Emergency powers have always been an executive tool because it is the executive that has to respond and react. We need to, I think, upgrade and recraft how the emergency powers are used in our Constitution to deal with the modern threats that exist. I leave the island today to head to Washington for, among other things, to start the process of getting a more intense cooperation in treating with the foreign actors in our local crime, those dons, those who have migrated overseas, that in this season they will be sending the bag of rice and all the other goodies in the barrel. But secreted in that bag of rice, wrapped up in that blanket, will be a gun or ammunition or parts thereof. Not for your benefit, but to give to a youngster to kill. They can't feel that they are free to influence, direct, solicit, and finance crime in Jamaica. So I head to Washington to have meetings with the Justice Department, the FBI, and other entities there, because I'm serious. If you are overseas and you are sponsoring, directing, soliciting, or financing crime in Jamaica, we're going to get you.
People with sense, I want to know who wake up Andrew Holness, because all along I thought that Andrew Holness and the rest of politicians them asleep. The man put out a statement that actually makes sense. The man talk about all of the issues them that boost our crime rate in Jamaica, and what the regular Jamaicans, the regular citizens who live in a volatile area, who live in the ghetto, who are witness death on a day-to-day basis, who have to face gang and gang war and retaliation and all these things. And all along I thought that what the regular Jamaicans have to face and what them have see, these politicians didn't have any clue of that. Because I was here thinking, if these politicians did have the slightest clue say all of these things that take place, it would have dealt with long time ago. And the fact that I know in 2022, soon 2023, Andrew Holness talk about these things, that just proved to me say these politicians them know all along what take place, but then just didn't care, and somebody put him under pressure, and somebody put him under pressure, and it cannot be the regular Jamaican citizens, the persons them who live in a volatile area like the ghetto, who are cry for years now, who have voiced them distress, and the government turn a blind eye and a deaf ears. Cannot be these persons. It must be someone who have certain powers or in a certain position. Maybe it is the business community, and it cannot be the small businessman, because the small business owners them have to face extortion. And Andrew Holness and the rest of colleagues them now dealt with that. And that are going on for years now. So it must be a big business owner, maybe the person who own Grace and Boilers and Lasco, these big companies. I feel like these business owners, crime affect them business, and them advise them concern and them distress, And because for them speech have more weight, it put Andrew Holness under pressure, and right now Andrew Holness forced to do him work. Because all along criminals and then the overseas and assemble guns and ammunition in our country and arm up these gangs, and these gangs are rain down death and destruction on the country, and Andrew Holness didn't have any clue about that. People attack for years now say the whole laws them need for change and the new laws them need for implement new strong laws to deal with these terrorists. Andrew Holness didn't have any clue about that. Criminals they behind bars and I send out hits. You have dance behind bars, locked up behind bars, and I run them gang on the street. Andrew Holness didn't have any clue about that. The warders, them who fear control these criminals, them I give them the privilege to have contact with the outside world. Andrew Holness didn't have any clue about that. Shipments of guns continue passing through wharf and passing through the ports them, and then they put out a bossy statement say them detect a container with gun and them seize it and them a go tighten up them security, and the next day different shipments of gun continually a pass through the ports and wharf. Andrew Holness didn't have any clue about that, because if Andrew Holness did have any clue about that, it would have dealt with long time ago. Why other country who have criminals in a foreign country who terrorize them country, the leaders in that country use them security force, them police them, work with other police in other country, extradite that criminal to them country to face justice, to face them courts and lock them up. Why Jamaica never put out an extradition request yet? Why these criminals always the overseas and are rain down death and destruction on our country without any intervention, without any punishment, and they're free to do whatever they feel like to do? So Andrew Holness didn't have any clue about that, because him around the country, but him no know what go on in the country, because if him did know what take place, all of these things would have dealt with before. And me just have some leniency and say him didn't have any clue, because I don't want to think say him is the prime minister and him know all these things that take place in the country, because him would have been damn wicked for him know and don't care. So somebody a put him under pressure, man. Somebody where have certain position and certain power, man, a put him under pressure, man. Because I years now, regular Jamaicans them a talk about these things and it not dealt with. You understand? And for now that him plan for dash away the old laws and implement new strong laws to deal with these criminals, him ready to tackle the criminals them who they behind bars and them are rain down death and destruction, and criminals them who overseas and all these things. Somebody a put him under pressure. Why no? But it never too late for a shower rain, because these criminals them act like say them are the judge and jury in our country. Them act like say them have a system of them own. Them can do anything and get away with it, and it no works. So hope Andrew Holness not just talk. Hope it is not just empty promises, because all these politicians work when it a draw down to election time, them come around sweet talk after sweet talk, be empty promises, and when a time for fulfill these empty promises, they are nowhere to be found. And by the way, now the same Andrew Holness who talk about stopping income tax, and the same Andrew Holness who talk about Jamaicans, if him get elected and be the next prime minister, Jamaica I go can sleep with them door open, all Jamaicans. So I don't believe nothing what this man say unless I see it come to pass. Because when it a draw down to election time, politics at its finest. But Andrew Holness and his colleagues them should know that you can implement all of the laws them, all of the new laws them on earth, You can lock up all of the criminals them. But if you don't tighten up on justice system, it not go work if you don't change certain things, because with other countries, I'm not go single out no specific country, But other countries, there's many things to tie a criminal to a crime. In Jamaica, I just one witness, and it's the star witness. And you know what these criminals do? Them study the justice system. Guess what them do? Them get locked up, face the courts, get bail, hunt down these witnesses, get rid of them, bust them case, touch back the street, continue them criminal activities, get locked up, face the courts, get bail, hunt down these witnesses, get rid of them, bust the case, continue them criminal activities, and then continue this over and over again. When will it reach a point where these judges realize that you have one criminal and get charged for the same thing over and over again? When will it reach a point where these judges say, no man, one person cannot get charged for the same thing over and over again? That means that this person is really a criminal and get rid of that person. Why no witness now show up? Something wrong, man. When will it reach a point where these persons start see these things? But guess what? You can go to school, get all of the qualification in this world, get your bachelor, your degree, your lawyerate. A lawyerate, then call it, I don't know. All of the education, but you cannot go to school and get common sense. School don't teach common sense. You have to born with it. And all of the people them in the justice system, they not have no common sense, no brain. One bag of empty barrel. Me tell them, don't make my channel pass 300 and add subscribers, because if my channel get bigger than this, me I go talk up the things them, cause my mouth don't join church. Anyways, if you guys like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and share, and turn on the post notification bell so you don't miss our next upload. I'm out.